students, I'm Ansari Yasmin, and today I'm going to teach you a very important topic from Standard 10, Chapter Carbon Compounds. Students, today I'm going to teach you Iupac Nomenclature. Okay, and let's first understand what is this Iupac stands for, what is the full form of Iupac, and then we will learn stepwise how to name the compound in Iupac system. Okay, so let's first understand the full form of Iupac. I stands for international. I stands for international. U stands for union, international union. For P stands for pure, and A stands for applied, and C stands for chemistry. Okay, so Iupac stands for International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. And students, this International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, they put forth a nomenclature system based on the structure of compounds. Okay, and this nomenclature was accepted all over the world, and this is the system which we are following today. See, if we will name the compounds in our own manner, it will create a confusion on when we are working on international level. Common name or general name will create a confusion. So we have one particular system. This is Iupac system, and this system has been accepted all over the world, and this is the only system which we are following to name the compound. Okay, so we'll go now stepwise how exactly we can name the compound in an Iupac system. So let's see the first step. We'll go stepwise. Step 1. Now what we need to do in step 1? In step 1, we will draw the structural formula. Draw structural formula. Whatever is the name of compound, we will draw its structural formula of the straight chain compound I will explain you exactly what it is. Straight chain compound, and then we will count the number of carbon atoms in it, and then count number of carbon atoms in it. Let's see the example for this. Okay, let's see the example. For example, if the structural formula is CH3, CH2, CH3, this is the structural formula in a straight chain compound. So here what we will do, we will count the number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 carbon atoms. We will see if the number of carbon atoms are 3. The alkane with the same number of carbon atom will be considered as the parent alkane. So we will count the number of carbon atoms. There are 3 carbon atoms. The alkane family with the 3 carbon atoms, the member of that the name of that member is propane. So we will write propane as a parent name. Propane. So in step 1, we will give the name of the parent. Okay, and how we will give the name of the parent? We will draw the structural formula in a straight chain compound. We will count the number of carbon atoms in it, and the alkane with the same number of carbon atoms. 3 numbers. So alkane with the 3 number of carbon atoms, that is propane, will be considered as the parent name. Will be considered as parent alkane of that concerned compound. Let's see another example. For example, there is CH3, CH2, OH. This is the compound in a straight chain. Let's count the number of carbon atom in it. 1, 2. There are 2 carbon atoms. So 2 carbon atom, the alkane with 2 carbon atom is taken as ethane. So the parent name will be ethane. So we have to first decide the parent name. Let's see other examples. Okay. CH3, CH2, COOH. Here, let's count the number of carbon atom. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 carbon atoms. Even though this carbon atom is of the functional group, but still we need to count them. And the alkane with the 3 number of carbon atoms is taken as propane. Propane. Let's see more examples. CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. Let's count the number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 carbon atoms. So the alkane with the 4 carbon atom, the parent name would be butane. The alkane with 4 carbon atoms will be taken as butane. We'll take more examples. CH3, CH, double bond CH2. Now students, this is the straight chain, but now if you will see here, there is a double bond. So if there is a double bond, we will count the number of carbon atom as we were doing earlier. 1, 2, 3. It would be the alkane with the 3 carbon atom is taken as propane. But remember, if there is a double bond, N will be replaced with N. A and E will get replaced by E and E, propene. Okay, so remember, if there is a double bond, N gets replaced by ene. Here we have replaced N with ene. Remember this, if there is double bond. And if there is a triple bond like CH3, C, triple bond CH. Here there are 3 carbon atoms. So the alkane with the 3 carbon atom is taken as propane. But as there is triple bond, N will get replaced by ine. N will get replaced by ine. Okay, so this parent name would be prop. A and A will get replaced by ine, so it will be taken as propine. So this is the step 1 where we have learned how to count the number of carbon atoms and give the parent name. Okay, the number of carbon atoms, the alkane with the corresponding number of carbon atom will be taken as parent name. If there is triple bond, N will get replaced by ene, and if there is double bond, N will get replaced by ene, and if there is triple bond, N will get replaced by ine. Hence this is how we can give the parent name. So we have done with step 1. Okay, now let's move on to the step 2. I hope step 1 is clear to everybody. After doing all the 3 steps, we will be doing the examples. Okay, so step 1 here we have completed. Now we'll be moving on to step 2. Okay, now let's see what is the second step in IUPAC nomenclature. Step 2. Now in step 2 what we need to do, if the structural formula contains if structural formula contains. Now the second step is, if structural formula contains functional group. We will discuss about this functional group in details now. If the structural formula contains functional group, then the parent name, if you will see in step 1, all the parent name is having E at the end. Propane, ethane, propane, butane, propene, propine, all the parent name is having E at the end. So if the structure contains a functional group, then the last end E will get replaced with the, we have to remove that E, okay, from the parent name, and it will get replaced by the condensed name of the functional group, whatever functional group is present. Like suppose for example, if alcohol is present, alcohol means OH group is present, so its condensed name would be all. So the last letter E will get replaced by all. If the functional group is aldehyde, if there is aldehydic group, that is CHO group, then the last letter E will get replaced by al if there is aldehydic group. Okay, if there is carboxylic acid group is present, if there is acid group, that is COOH, if this functional group is present, then the condensed name of this functional group is oic acid. Okay, we will see more. If there is amine group, amine functional group is present, if there is amine functional group is present, that is NH2. Okay, so the last letter E of the parent name would be replaced by amine only. If there is ketonic group present, ketone group can be identified by CO. So the last letter E of parent name would be replaced by ONE. So these are the condensed name of the functional group. If OH group is present, E will get replaced by all. If CHO is present, E will get replaced by al. If carboxylic acid group is present, E will get replaced by oic acid. If amine group NH2 is present, E will get replaced by amine. And if CO, that is ketonic group, is present, it will get replaced by on. And these all functional group are used as suffix. Now what is suffix? We have already learned this in English. These functional groups condensed name will be written at the end of the parent name by replacing the E, last E of the parent name. We will use this as suffix. But there is one functional group which is written as prefix. Okay, if there is chloro, bromo or iodo, these three functional groups, if Cl, Br or I, these functional groups are present, they will be used as prefix as chloro, as bromo and as iodo. They will be written before the parent name. Okay, so this is the step 2. Now we will be moving on to step 3. Now step 3, in step 3 we need to number the carbon atoms. We need to number the carbon atoms. Now for numbering there are certain rules which we need to follow. Okay, if the parent, if the if there is CHO or COOH, if these two functional groups are present, if these two functional groups, FG is functional group, if aldehyde and carboxylic acid, if these two functional groups are present, so we have to assign the number 1 to the carbon in the functional group CHO or COOH. Okay, if there is CHO or COOH as a functional group present, we will give number 1 to this carbon or to this carbon. Like for example, we'll see the example: CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. If this is the structural formula, so you can see here aldehydic group is present. So from where will you start numbering? From here or from here, from where? So I have told you, if aldehydic or this COOH group is present, you need to start numbering from this functional group only. So this carbon will be taken as number 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this will be taken as 4 if aldehydic group is present. Even if there is like CH3, CH2, COOH, if COOH group is present as a functional group, we will start numbering the carbon atoms from this functional group only. This will be taken as 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so this carbon atom will be taken as number 1. So we have to start numbering from here. So the first rule while numbering the carbon atom is, if CHO or COOH group is present, we have to start numbering from that functional group only. If these two functional groups are not present, okay, if these two functional group is not present, okay, then you can number in 2 direction. Okay, if CHO or COOH, these two functional groups are not present, then you can start numbering from both the direction. But still there is one rule: you need to start numbering from those side which will give the smaller number to the carbon carrying the functional group. Let's see the example. If suppose there is CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, CH3, OH. So we have 2 options. We can start numbering from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can start numbering from here. 1, then this will be given as 2, 3, 4, 5. Now students, if you will see here, the functional group which is present is OH. If I started numbering from here, this functional group carrying carbon atom is getting 4 number, and if I start numbering from this side, this carbon atom which is carrying the functional group has got number 2. So we need to consider this one, because in this way the carbon carrying the functional group is getting the smaller number. So we need to take this direction. Okay, so while numbering the carbon atom, the first rule which we need to follow is, if there is CHO or COOH group present as a functional group, we need to number the carbon atom. We need to give the carbon of the functional group as a number 1, and from there we will start numbering. And if it does not have these two functional group, then we can give numbering from both the direction, but we need to accept that direction from where the functional group carrying carbon atom is getting the smaller number. And at the end we need to remember that if there is a digit and a character, like for example, if there is number, then there is a name. So the digit and a letter should be separated by a small horizontal line. Digit, that is number, and letter, character or letter, they should be separated by a small horizontal line like this. In this way they should be separated. Digit and letter should be separated by a small horizontal line like this. Okay, if the carbon chain contain only 2 carbon atoms, then we don't need to give the number. If we'll give number from any direction, it will be same. So if there are 2 carbon atoms, no need of numbering the carbon atoms. If there are more than 2 carbon atoms, then we have to give the numbers. Okay, so we have learned 3 steps. Let's revise it, and in the next video we will do the examples of IUPAC nomenclature. The first step, first of all, IUPAC is International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. In step 1, we will draw the structural formula of a straight chain compound, and we will count the number of carbon atoms. Whatever is the number of carbon atoms, the alkane with the same number of carbon atom is taken as parent name. If it is having a double bond, N will get replaced by ene, and if there is triple bond, N will get replaced by ine. This is the first step. In second step, if the structural formula contains functional group, okay, then the last letter E from the parent name, like here, these are the parent names. So the last letter E of this parent name will get replaced by the functional group's condensed name. If OH group is present, E will get replaced by all. Here, if aldehyde group is present, E will get replaced by R. If acid is present, E will get replaced by oic acid. If amine is present, E will get replaced by amine. And if ketonic group is present, E will get replaced by ON, ONE. And if chloro-bromo-iodo functional group is present, they will be taken as chloro-bromo-iodo, but they will be used as prefix before the parent name. Okay, and in step 3, we need to number the carbon atoms if aldehydic or COOH group is present. So we need to start numbering from the functional group carbon atom only. If these two functional groups are not present, we can give the number from any direction, but we need to follow that numbering which will give the smaller number to the carbon carrying the functional group. And if there is digit and letter, there should be dash. they should be separated by the small horizontal line. So these three steps we need to remember in IUPAC nomenclature system. Examples we will do in the next video. Till then, bye, take care.